From Cakeland, this is Emmy award-winning Cake News.
A family speaks to Cake News about how they'll remember a woman shot and killed along with her husband this week. An overnight fire erupts in a Wichita business, but firefighters say one thing may have kept things from getting worse. Officers investigating a fight where a man was hit with a weapon, sending him to the hospital. Well, hey everybody, those are our top stories for this morning. It's January 18th. I'm Annette Lawless.
And I'm Blake Smith. Welcome to Good Morning Kansas. Yesterday, a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, lots of pictures sent into us as well. People are excited.
Yeah, a little bit windy, but today we're going to take down the winds a little bit. We're going to crank up the temperatures, possibly a record-setting day here in Wichita. We don't see that very often in January, do we?
I love it.
Let me give you a live look outside right now with our Emprise Bank Cake Cam in downtown Wichita. Nothing but crystal clear sky out there. I think it's going to stay that way as we head throughout the rest of today. Temperature-wise, not too bad either. We're at 28 degrees right now in Wichita. It's 33 in Dodge, 30 degrees at this hour in Hutchinson, and right at freezing in Colby. By far, the coldest place would be over toward Hayes at 23 degrees. As far as those winds go, they're fairly calm. I think we'll see 10 to 20 on those wind speeds, but remember yesterday we saw wind speeds approaching 40 miles per hour. I don't think we'll see that for today, but we'll see winds out of the southwest, and that will help to usher in some warmer weather. Along with that, a mainly clear sky. There are a few clouds in eastern Colorado that will continue to sneak on in, but not having much of an impact for today. Going with 66 for the high. If we hit that, that will break a record from 1951. There is some cooler weather on the planner, though, and I'll detail that in just a few minutes. Annette?
Thanks, Blake. New this morning, police are investigating a fight that sent one man to the hospital in southeast Wichita. The victim was pistol whipped in this incident. Initially, officers thought there was a shooting at a home near Harry and South Clifton, but it appears that a person struck the 30-year-old with a gun, and then the gun went off. The victim was taken to the hospital, but he is expected to be okay. And fire crews rushed to a nearby Wendy's after midnight. That's where they found smoke billowing out of the building, and when they got inside, they found fire above the ceiling in the back area of the kitchen.
We've determined that there was a mechanical failure in the HVAC unit, the air conditioning heating unit, and it caused the fire to start right at the roof level and work back down into the kitchen.
Restaurant staff members were there, but nobody was hurt. The fire chief says he's glad those people were there, though, because the damage could have been much worse. The damage, by the way, is expected to be about $60,000. Well, troopers say one person has died after two semis collided in northwest Kansas. The crash happened around 5:30 yesterday evening on I-70 near Colby. One of the semi-trucks burned to the ground. The crash closed down the highway, but it did reopen this morning. A woman has shot and killed along with her husband in Wichita. It happened in their home this week. Family members speak to me for the very first time about how they're remembering the victim. It's a story you saw first on Cake.
And she just hugged me real tight and she said, "It's true." I'm like, "No, it's not. No, it's not. It can't be. It can't be."
Claudia Coria says even now she cannot believe it's true. Her niece Lucero killed along with her husband on Wednesday night. The 22-year-old helped manage a local business and even made a successful run as a female boxer.
Little kids that love her for that enthusiastic that she had for giving it her most, you know.
How long did she do that?
She
You don't hear
that.
of many women boxers.
No,
so.
no, and she was beautiful to be a women boxer too. She did that since she was little.
Yet the family says they want to take their little girl home, back to El Paso. But they face one setback, the cost of doing so. They're hoping the community will open their hearts, just like Lucero would.
She see you struggle. She would go out of her way to help you. Didn't matter if she just got paid and she was going to be left with no money. She would do it for you, you know.
The family says it'll cost about $7,000 for the funeral home to take the victim's body back to Texas. Anyone who wants to help can contact Fidelity Bank. And as for that investigation involving the shooting on Thursday morning, police arrested Luis Alvarado Moraz. He is the twin brother of the other victims in this case. Wichita police say they have 5 homicides that have occurred this year. Well, we know a lot of you are getting ready to eat breakfast this morning, but when a Wichita mom grabbed her box of cereal, she found a shocking surprise. Find out what it was a little later on GMK. But next, nations on high alert after terror sweeps Europe. Will show you what's happening for the first time in decades in that region.
For the first time since November, we had back-to-back 60-degree days yesterday and the day before. We're going to do it again this afternoon and possibly set a record later on. As far as tomorrow goes, mild and pleasant before it turns cooler this week. Your full forecast is coming up.
Download the Cake News app. Now video, radar, and your Cake First Alert forecast are just a touch away. Download the Cake News app free from the iPhone App Store and Google Play Store. Brought to you by Living Sound.